Not have chosen a better venue for this one. It's the Grand Theater. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. And here he is, Terence Crawford. And his opponent, Conor Benn. He's 160 pounds even. He stands 5 foot 8 inches tall with a reach of 68.1 inches.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if that jab is used and that right hand is followed, there is going to be a problem to...
And here he is, Bud Terence Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Conor, We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but the fans... Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Swing and a miss with that hook. That hook just can't find the target. The audience absolutely right on top of you in this very special environment here.
You getting everything?
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And that big shot just rattled his cage. Ben has no idea where he is right now. And a big shot rattles his cage. Conor Benn right now. Will he go down? He somehow weathered the storm.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. They exchange punches. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music? Here we go. It's round 2. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
These two were made for each other. He parries that left jab away. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. A perfect counter shot. Good counter punch. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. That counter shot lands. And he scores with the counter. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round. That cut's pretty bad. Let's see if the referee stops the fight. So the referee took a look and decides, let's keep going. Catch and shoot. No rest for the weary. Lucky that hook didn't score. A perfect counter lands. Insane action. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ben in that last round.
Switch up.
There's the bell for round 4. And we're back. What does this round have in store for us?
What a round. I'm exhausted. They must be absolutely shattered. What could you tell a man when he comes back to the corner? You need the instructions to be simple, precise. Don't befuddle them because they're just shattered.
Counter punches have to hurt. The stamina is off the charts. Nice job blocking the hook. He threw a punch and just got countered. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even-steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Time for the 5th round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Incredible work rate. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Beautiful counter punch. That big hook doesn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Look at all that blood, but he's still wanting to come out for more.
Cornermen, get your job.
On to the 6th round. They're up and ready to go. Surely this round won't be as good as the last one.
What a round. What have they got left? How can you get better than that? That is ridiculous. That's stuff you see on video games.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Nice stop, but that won't score. That jab misses. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
The jab doesn't quite connect. And that jab just missed with the left hand. There's a counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Ben in that lap. Here comes round 7. Can it get any better? What a round we just saw.
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they have to dig deep. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired of just watching it.
That counter punch caught him clean. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamourweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there, and you're letting the shots go. You've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. Wow, let's take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five. You okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Gotta look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. It's not over. Round 8, and we're off again. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to fight it somehow.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That hook scores. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This is the kind of fight you expect from 2 world-class elite middleweights. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. And Ben just got... No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson.